Sooners both transferred from SEC schools. But first, down 2-0. Kyler, whoop! Watch the backside and replay of this. Woo! That's out of your shoes, out of your socks, out of your toenails. Kyler got running again yesterday. When Kyler gets running, those Cards are tough to beat. 19-14, though. Looking second and goal. Looking. He's running. Is he going to run it again? No. He's going to go to the first ballot guy. He's kind of weird. Larry Fitzgerald, that was his first touchdown of the year. 121st of his career, first of the year. But the man right now, the truth hurts. Let's go. Is it hurts so good? Shout out Mellencamp Twitter, 26-14. Jalen Hurts got it. Greg Ward, 2 touchdowns yesterday. Only 15 yards receiving, but 2 touchdowns from Hurts. And Hurts looked really good. First and goal, 26-20. Now Arizona, he's going to run. Watch this play. Kenny takes the hit from Budda Baker, who wraps him up and drags him in there. I mean, this was almost an angry run, but this is a strong-bodied dude right here. He reminds me more and more of Dak Prescott physically. Carson Wentz, DNP-CD, fourth quarter, tied now, 26-20. This play is so stupid. Are you out of your mind, DeAndre? Watch the replay of this thing. Look at the coverage. It hits him in the face. His hands are really big. It's well publicized, and he squeezes it. Awesome play by Nuke. Da bomb. All right, though, so here we go. Can you be a hero? Down a touchdown. We're going to go all the way to the Hail Mary. And look at this. Jalen's going to go to our guy, Travis Fulgham. And he almost pulls it in a year in which Hail Marys are so hot. There was even one completed by the Niners yesterday in a loss. But the Eagles do take the loss. There's the two friends posting for pictures. Say Pepsi. No, say whatever sponsors us. 33-26. Jalen Hurts, the story, it was fantastic in a loss despite the win, going to Kyler and the Cardinals. And afterwards, and I think something is very strange, Doug Peterson still won't say he's the guy. Let's hear from the Eagles.
Hey, Jalen, the offense has been averaging over 400 yards a game since you've been at quarterback. Do you feel that you should be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season?
I want to win. That's something we didn't do today. That's something that you have to, as coach, I have an opportunity now. I want to win ball games. I want to do what I can to help this team do that. And it wasn't enough today. So back to the drawing boards I go, and we go as a team. We're going to find a way to, we're going to learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, I thought he, had great poise out there, great leadership, played obviously physically tough, mentally tough, made some really good throws down the stretch, especially in the second half. And I'll probably have a decision for you, tomorrow on next week.
This is a really, really fun game. Our NFL Network insider, Ian Rappaport, who will be joining us with all the headlines this morning and all the up-to-date info on injuries and such around the league. He did report that the Eagles are expected to stick with Jalen Hurts as the starter for the remainder of the season. Nate, there's a couple of different ways to look at this for the future. Like, do they keep Carson just in case it's a holdover? I don't think they're really in a rush to unload him. What do you think they should do with the Hurts versus Wentz sitch?
It's tough because there's gray area, or shall I say green area. Carson Wentz, he has a high dollar sign over his head. So even if you're thinking about moving him, I mean, is there a team out there that would want to make a trade, take on that type of salary? And then also, what will they ask for in return? There's a lot of variables when it comes to trying to move on from Carson Wentz. And on top of that, let's be realistic. I'm going to be a Jalen Hurts stan and be a fan and tell you how great he was. He's physical. He's strong. He was making some really good throws last night. But aside from that, this is a sample size. So I'm just playing both sides of it. So if you're an Eagles, in the Eagles front office, you're looking at Jalen Hurts, you're saying, man, he looks really good in the last couple of games. But this is a small sample size. I would love to see Jalen Hurts finish the season off strong and really put this team in a bind, because they're going to have to make a decision moving forward. If he finishes and trends in the right direction moving forward and they still make Carson Wentz the starter next season, then you could lose your locker room off of a decision like that. So I just say right now, let Jalen Hurts finish out the season as your starter and then revisit the conversation in the offseason.
I mean, yeah, look, now we understand it. Like, if you're Carson Wentz, you're like, what do I do? Because Jalen Hurts was awesome yesterday. Jalen Hurts looks like he's as good as any starting quarterback has in his second career start. He was fantastic. So it makes it a little complicated, though, because Wentz, for what a great guy he is, like, you're not the guy. It's just not happening right now. And look what they've got to deal with here. It's a contract situation that is really tricky. He signed a 4-year, $128 million extension last year. It's got $25 million guaranteed. So I think you still take the salary cap, whatever it is, but like, it's hard to say Wentz is the guy when Hurts looks absolutely awesome the past 2 weeks. I'm just fascinated to see what happens starting the day after the season and how they handle this, because Carson Wentz to me looks like a depreciating asset, and Jalen Hurts is a much cheaper, better option right now.
Yeah, we'll get into cap hits and trade offers and all that in the future. In the meantime, I think it's very strange how Doug Peterson is handling it. He says after that effort and that heroic performance by this rookie, I'll have my quarterback announcement on Monday. And Andy Reid will have his quarterback announcement on Monday, too. It's very strange. The Philadelphia Inquirer says Carson Wentz is as likely to start next week as Carson Daly for the Eagles. And I would say we will have hit singles from O-Town, Korn, and Tom Green before